Okay, Marco, that's a Juggernaut. That'd been a very different movie. Flint Marco.
Stop Juggernaut! No!
Can you imagine if Uncle Ben died trying to stop the Juggernaut?
What happened?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Wiki Weekends, where we find a wiki, we take a deep dive and we keep swimming until we find something fun to talk about. I haven't done my intro like that in quite some time, but my co-host of course, Karl Smallwood.
Hello.
Think of some kind of reason why I went back to the little swimming intro today.
Is that because we're talking about a comic character?
We are talking about a comic book character, and maybe we're talking about one that can swim.
Is it Namor?
No, it's not. So, Karl, I'm going to just do the little, quote intro here, and it's a couple of quotes between a couple of characters, and then you are going to be able to guess who the hero is after this.
Okay.
That shark is a nightmare. Sharks should stay in the ocean where they belong. Armor? That's maybe a bit drastic. He's pretty cute. Storm? My head was in his mouth, Hisako. Okay, yeah, that's bad. Karl.
So this is Jeff the Land Shark.
It is Jeff the Land Shark. You are correct. It's Marvel Rivals, baby.
The scourge of quick play.
I was about to say, a character that everybody loves and nobody has rage quit because of.
The only reason people rage quit is because they have no whimsy in their souls.
Mm-hmm. When you just hear, the ult power up and he's like, nom, nom, nom.
I will say his ult has a ridiculous hitbox, and it should not catch. It should not catch me if I'm Iron Man and I'm flying. I will say that. I'll also say if I'm outside the circle, it should also not catch me.
I think we can all appreciate that moment that Storm clearly had in this comic. I was in his mouth.
Yeah.
Not okay. As Jeff just throws himself off the edge.
If we played Marvel Rivals, we've all been Jeffed. And you know what? It's annoying when it happens. It's fucking hilarious to do it.
It's absolutely great. I was playing with a few friends over Christmas break, and just the moment it's like, oh yeah, you play Jeff the Land Shark. They're quite easy to pick up, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you did a good job. You ate a few people, well done. But next time you do it, just jump off the edge. What? It's like, just jump off the edge with the
thing is that's the character for you, because if people don't know Lucas's approach to playing video games, he will always pick whatever is the singular most annoying thing to do. For example, in Smash Bros, you love playing Kirby to do what, Lucas?
I do the classic Kirby thing of just suck one person into the mouth, jump off the edge. And even better, if it's a big heavy character that can't make it back, but Kirby can, because that's even more annoying.
Or you play Ganondorf and you just do just the choke slam off the edge, right?
Yeah.
The Ganon side.
Or as well, when you play a Yoshi, make sure that you stand on the edge and just egg them off when they're on high damage.
And again, this is the most annoying fucking thing in the world to get hit by, but doing it is one of the most satisfying things.
It's just funny, right?
Learn to counterplay. Yeah,
and obviously there are some balance changes that could be happening, like you say, for example, with his hitbox. It is insane the amount of times oh no, I'm outside of his circle, don't worry. Nom, nom, nom. And it's how did that get me?
Lucas, are you ever safe from a shark?
You're not safe from a shark. I love the fact as well that you just hear Jeff when you're under the water going.
He loves it. He loves being a shark. Jeff the Land Shark is a legitimately fantastic character, and I was curious who you were going to talk about. So I knew you were going to do a Marvel Rivals character. I was like, are you going to do Jeff the Land Shark? He's adorable. Or are you going to do Luna Snow for that fucking that ass?
You can't say that, because in the universe that is Marvel Rivals, Luna Snow is, considerably quite, non-curvy, right? Relatively speaking, because you've got characters like Black Widow and Squirrel Girl, just with insane proportions out there.
The thing is, though, everyone in that game is the most handsome version of the character I've seen. Have you seen, the thirst after, Ben Grimm?
Reed Richards is hot as fuck in that game.
just Daddy Reed Richards. Like, every character design in that game is 10 on 10. Fucking money burning on screen.
And of course, that's why we're talking about Jeff the Land Shark in particular, because just, hey, is one of the notable, like, comic book characters that was lesser known. Like, I hadn't really heard much about Jeff the Land Shark until Rivals came out, and then all of a sudden everyone's gone, holy crap, this thing is adorable, and its ultimate is so annoying.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I've found myself enjoying Marvel Rivals, because they haven't just gone for the safe picks.
Yeah.
They've picked some weirder, more obscure characters. Like, there's a Luna Snow in there, there's a Jeff the Land Shark, there's Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, but there's also, like, Magneto, and Wolverine, and Spider-Man.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Hey, sorry, team. There's no bad guys left.
But at the same time, there's some notable missing characters from that select screen, like, where's Cyclops?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And, like, where's the other versions of Spider-Man that isn't Spider-Man or Penny Parker? Or arguably Venom? But, like, I'm really enjoying the massive selection of heroes they have. I think they've done a really good job of finding a balance of, like, popular ones and then some obscure ones at the same time. And, like, I'm really looking forward to them just filling out that roster over and over, like, dropping all the Fantastic Four in one go.
And an aspect of Marvel Rivals that I'd not considered until I saw it pointed out is that this is like the first Marvel product released where they haven't been hamstrung by the MCU.
Yeah.
And as a result, have been able to get weird with it and give the characters distinct personalities that aren't just MCU-ified. And presumably you've seen, hey, here's like the Thor Love and Thunder costume in Marvel Rivals. Here it is in like that Marvel Avengers game.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's night
I
and
did
fucking
see
day.
that thread of just, here's the Black Panther, like, you know, kind of like barbarian-esque suit, and it's like, it's so flat looking in Marvel's Avengers.
Because they've had to give them realistic human proportions, and they've had to make the costume MCU-ish. Whereas with Marvel Rivals, like, well, we can make it look like the comic books.
And even the literal MCU outfits they put in Marvel Rivals look swag as fuck.
Because they're like elevating them just a little bit.
Yeah, they are indeed. And I mentioned the Guardians of the Galaxy game. That's another one that really benefited from just like not having anything to do with the MCU, right?
Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He is cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage. Monster Queen would pay a great sum for such a creature.
Really? How great?
How are you okay with this?
Because I know what I am. And I know what he ain't.
I think one of my favourite things about that game is the reimagining of Star-Lord, not as being obsessed with the 80s, but being obsessed with an obscure, and then it's not real, but it's in that universe, it's obscure, heavy metal band.
Yeah, because is it the band that's called Star-Lord?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the idea that Star-Lord is just, he was a teenager on Earth who was obsessed with a heavy metal band and then went to fucking space, and that's the only connection he has to Earth, I think is way better than him listening over and over to, like, the playlist his mum made.
Pretty far out.
Nobody says far out anymore, Ma. Ma.
What?
Nobody says far out anymore.
Oh, your mom does.
No teenager listens to their mum's music, let's be honest.
Maybe not teenagers specifically, but I guess he was like a kid, right?
Yeah, but I like the idea of him listening to heavy metal because it makes him feel like he's got more, the music is more related to his own personality. Also as well, I will say, Zero to Hero, the opening of that game where he just puts the headphones on, it plays Zero to Hero by Star-Lord, is fucking incredible.
Also, I will say, I'm pretty sure though, that is still his mum's music taste, right? In that
She's
game.
like an old head. It's like, hey, I just used to rock it back in the day. Where she's been like the cool mom of like, I it's not my scene, but I would have been there if I was your age.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? Is like she listened to like clearly more classic metal bands back in the day, and that's where he got his metal taste from. But like,
yeah,
Star-Lord, the band, is the band that like he likes.
Yeah, it'd be like my dad saying like, if I don't know, he listens to like Black Sabbath, and I go and listen to Metallica. It's like there's a line between those two bands, but one's like, you know, clearly before the other. I still have some of Star-Lord's music on my playlist because, like I said, Zero to Hero is a legitimately fantastic, just butt rock song.
If push comes to
But coming back all the way around to Jeff the Landshark, Carl, we have his name here, which is great. Jeffrey, the first of his name of the former Staten Island. Like, he's got a full title.
Got a title.
And his aliases are Jeff the Baby Landshark and, of course, Venom Jeff.
To be fair, I don't mind Jeff getting Venom-fied. Fuck it. Like, we always joke about how it's one of the most boring things Marvel do, but I think, and when I say that, I mean it's boring that Marvel always gives a character the Venom symbiote. I don't mind them giving it to a cutesy character, because that's actually kind of cool, because it lets you reimagine a cutesy character in a completely different art style, which is interesting.
It is, yeah, and it's not that necessarily that it's bad every time they do it, it's just the amount of times they've done someone's got Venom, or someone, like, everyone has literally got the Phoenix Force, right? That happened at some point.
Yes, and did you happen to see, it was leaked a while ago, and it's like, here's from that Spider-Man Dimensions game of this is what Black Cat was going to look like with a symbiote suit.
No, I did not see that.
And the spider symbol is, she has like the boob window, but the boob window is the Spider-Man symbol formed by the symbiote, and it goes hard as fuck. Like, obviously it's edgy as fuck, but it's such an interesting way of... Oh, it's Web of Shadows.
Ah, okay, yeah. Super edgy, like, we can't deny it, but it is a cool idea.
It's more interesting than just making them like a screaming monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which they also turn into.
We can talk about one person that has been Venom-fied in a second, but Venomized? I don't know what the verbiage would be, but...
I think the word is Marvel ran out of ideas.
Well, Jeff the Baby Landshark is currently the pet of Kate Bishop and Gwenpool. And Gwenpool himself, I don't think, has been, like, Venomified, but Gwen Stacy has become Gwenom, I believe, at some point. And
do you know what? I don't mind that, because that's actually a pretty good pun.
It is the Gwenom.
That's pretty good. I'm not mad at Gwenom.
That leads into my patron vote for this month, everybody. So I am doing a battle of the Gwens, so to speak, over on our Patreon, as, like, this month's video topic for people to vote for. So what I'm going to do is put up a vote where it could be Gwenpool that we talk about, could be Gwenom, it could be Gwen Stacy as in Ghost Spider, or it could be Gwen Stacy from 616, aka the fucking dead one.
The one who's dead.
The one who's dead. The actual, like, Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, the original. Like, never forget that moment in Amazing Spider-Man where, you know, Spider-Man tries to save Gwen and his web turns into a little hand, and you know the director was like, yeah,
this is fucking cinema.
This is cinema.
I knew.
Let's see Martin Scorsese say this is like a fucking theme park ride, shall we?
Oh god, like the fucking no, the itsy bitsy spider dubstep shit as well. Oh god.
I hate this song.
Oh fuck that second film. The first one I didn't mind.
Yeah.
And I like Andrew Garfield.
He was a good Spider-Man, but he carried that movie on his broad, rippling spider shoulders. Like, never forgetting that movie. The reason Uncle Ben dies is just because he's an arsehole.
Yeah, he, like, gets in the way, right?
Yeah. But he doesn't even get in the way in a way that's, like, interesting, like the Uncle Ben in the Raimi-verse, where he tries to talk Kane Marco. Not Kane Marco, that's the Juggernaut. I'd been a very different movie. Flint Marco.
Stop Juggernaut! No!
Can you imagine if Uncle Ben died trying to stop the Juggernaut? And that's how he died. You know, he does like the Kevin, was it now? Kevin Costner Superman just holding his hand out. And Juggernaut just obliterates him like A-Train does.
Dear oh dear, but we'll go back to Jeffrey the Land Shark, Carl, because I don't know too much about Jeff.
Do you think Jeff could beat the Juggernaut?
I don't know, because I don't know what his power set is other than yum, 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 just taking people off the
Would
edge.
that stop the Juggernaut, though? 'Cause
That would stop the Juggernaut.
I am now in love with the idea of Uncle Ben being killed by the Juggernaut. It's like, can you imagine if Spider-Man just suddenly started a beef with Juggernaut?
Even the Juggernaut, I think Spider-Man just fucking bodies, right?
I don't know. It depends. Like Juggernaut can like bench the Earth. So have you ever seen? There's I think there's like this character kills the Marvel Universe comics.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of those where they actually explore the idea of how fucking broken some superheroes are and some villains. It's just that they seemingly are matched against the person who counteracts their powers exactly. Like, for example, Mysterio kills all the X-Men by going to the X-Mansion and just making Wolverine think all the X-Men are villains.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then Mysterio realizes, wow, when I'm not fighting someone who has literal bullshit, I can sense where you are powers, my powers are broken as fuck. And he makes, like Spider-Man, where like just they send someone after Spider-Man who doesn't care about his jokes or has no ego and they just beat the fuck out of him. Or like when Punisher kills the Marvel Universe and he just shoots Cyclops in the face. Because Cyclops isn't bulletproof.
Yeah.
And he's used to fighting people who don't want to kill him.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like the majority of people in Marvel aren't trying to kill each other. That's what like makes the Punisher interesting, is because like most people don't murder, whereas Frank is I don't care. I recently did a rewatch of season 2 and 3 of Daredevil because I'd seen season 1 like a couple of times already, and was like the whatever the Disney Plus one is called is coming out soon. I think is Born Again maybe. Yeah,
so they don't have to pay the showrunners, fun fact.
Yeah.
Because if you rebrand it as a new season, you don't have to pay people residuals. Yeah. The biggest villain of Marvel is Disney. Continue.
Every time when they're like, especially the first half of the season where they're really trying to like figure out who the Punisher is and stuff, it's like, oh well, why were you stupid enough to like take on the Punisher? It's like, I thought that things must have been made up. I thought I was safe with just a couple of guards or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it's literally that I just thought the stories about this dude were fucking exaggerated.
Yeah, because I didn't... When they told us that he cut his way through like 40 dudes with like military precision and every single person died with a single gunshot to the back of the head 2 seconds after he walked in, that has to be made up, right?
Yeah. And I just love the idea of like you get killed by Frank because you literally don't believe the stories.
You don't believe that anyone out there is that fucking insane, right? Surely he's got some surely he must be scared. Well, no, he's not scared. Well, surely he's got someone we can threaten him, right? Well, his family's dead. He must have a hobby. Well, his hobby is killing people.
What the hell are you doing? Hey, man, just take it easy. I'm just trying to make a buck.
And that's why I enjoyed the relationship between Kingpin and Frank in that show. It's just, well, Kingpin locks him in a corridor full of inmates and lets them all out and like, go ahead, murder him.
Yep.
And he just annihilates all of them and he's like, I guess I'll just let you out and make a deal with you because I don't know how to deal with somebody like you.
I also like the idea of like with the Punisher, it shows what happens if these are people who are violent criminals versus somebody who knows how to kill people.
Yes.
And he's completely without restraint. It reminds me a little bit of Kingsman.
The
scene in the church where like Colin Firth goes apeshit. That was inspired by the director saying, well, they always talk about James Bond having a license to kill and he's the most dangerous man in the world, and then you see him lazily karate chop a villain. What would happen if someone actually had that level of training and cut loose? And that's what that scene's supposed to demonstrate, of like why someone with James Bond's training, his gadgets, his skills, and his like lack of any remorse when killing people, just go into town on a room full of people who don't know how to fight.
Yeah, and what an excellent scene. As always, for about the 4th or 5th time on Wiki Weekends, here's the clip.
Thing is, though, like, it's so bad against the Punisher, though, right? It's like, you don't have any chance.
Yeah,
I always think of that dude at the start of, like, is it Punisher Season 1, where he goes to Mexico and Franks gets with a fucking sniper rifle? It's like, hey, this 50 cal don't care about no jurisdiction.
We're talking about Jeff because of Marvel Rivals, and Carl, like, I'm having a lot of fun with Marvel Rivals.
I am, yes.
You are as well. Like, almost every day in our friend group chat, there's like a message from Carl, just, any rivals tonight, anyone?
This as well, because I'm not going out, like, drinking or anything during January, so I need something to distract me.
Of course, yeah. But it's just like, it's so fun, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and at some point it might have to be that I stream it, because we're just having a really good time with it, but
Marvel Mondays
might have to happen. But, yeah, it's just, I would like to know in the comments everybody's mains, because I'm really interested to see, like, how toxic our community is when it comes to, like, Marvel Rivals players.
Oh, if everyone's, like, insta-locking DPS, like...
just without even checking team comp, just locking that DPS straight away.
I think my boy's got to be Thor now. So
Really?
I learned his gimmick. I wasn't a fan of how he worked until I figured it out, and it's like, okay, there's something really satisfying. Like, I played a game the other day, and 3 times on the bounce, I got on Namor as he came out of the water bubble by just, like, slapping with Mjolnir in the face. There was just something so satisfying that clunk was Mjolnir just twat someone. That's so fucking funny. How about you, Lucas? Who's your boy?
Well, I don't have a boy. I have women, Carl, because like all of my mains happen to be women, and they are my tank. I can't remember the Marvel Rivals names for them, but my tank I play as Penny Parker, my DPS I play Scarlet Witch, and my healer I play Luna Snow.
There we go. Some good choices there.
And Carl, like, you play a lot of support, so who's your like current favourite support?
I just play whoever's needed most of the time. So I think Adam Warlock is one I like. I like the fact that he's just this pure golden man.
It's true.
I also like the fact he fires laser beams.
Does he? I really haven't really tried much of Adam Warlock yet.
He's a weird character. He's one of the few characters who has like a hit scan weapon, so you can just use it to shoot Iron Man out of the sky. So it's like weird how like just the healer is also really good at taking out Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is very useful when Iron Man just hovering in the back. And you know, let us know who your main is. But if you're about to type Iron Fist, just leave. It's fine.
Just go.
Just leave. It's okay. You don't need to be here.
See, they should put in like the Iron Fist from the Marvel TV shows, and he should just fall over every time you press the right trigger to throw a punch.
Just standing around
you should move your camera around so quick you can't tell what's going on. They've got to cut around how shit he is at fighting. In that vein, Lucas, is there a character you'd like to see in the game? 'Cause I would like to see the Juggernaut in there as a Vanguard.
I was thinking that when we mentioned the Juggernaut. I was like, oh, that would be really funny to see the Juggernaut.
But he's got to be really big.
The thing is, though, you've got to have a move where you start moving but can't stop it.
That's got to be his passive. His passive has got to be that he can never stop moving, so you have to constantly run around.
Like, you have to run around the spot, right?
Yeah. Like, he should get he'll get a buff to armor or something as long as he's moving in the same direction, but the longer you move in that direction, the longer it stays or something.
Yeah, and I think one that I'd really like to see is Mystique, because I'd love to have a character that plays similarly to the Spy from Team Fortress 2, where you, like, disguise yourself as someone, right?
What Loki should be, but it's not that great.
And no, it's not, and it's mainly used to, like, copy and ult for most people, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would love to see Mystique trying to, like, pretend to be the other team members and get them from behind. God, that might be too toxic an idea to put in that game because there's so much going on, though.
Yeah, there's a few characters that I would like to see. Like another one would be like Nightcrawler, because I've always been a fan of Nightcrawler. Beast would be kind of fun.
Oh, God, can you imagine how annoying Nightcrawler would be? Like, it's already annoying when Spider-Man's in your back trying to get you these healers, like... Oh.
I also think Cyclops could be fun if if they incorporate that movement tech from X-Men 97.
Where you blast yourself backwards.
That needs to 100% be a thing you could do with Cyclops.
You can dodge left and right by just like doing the quick snipe. Yeah.
There needs to be like a system if they ever introduce Cyclops of he moves backwards when he fires if you overcharge his like beam or something, and you should be able to use that for movement.
I think one of his abilities should be a left or right dodge, and you just press the dodge button and he just fires the laser quickly to one side and just gets a little bit out of the way.
In my head, it's if you overcharge it and you can use a rocket jump.
Oh god, yeah, being able to rocket jump with it would be cool. Going back to Jeff the Landshark here, Carl, because I'm interested in just the history. I know we normally focus on the powers and abilities. I do want to focus a bit more on the history of Jeff than that. Like, we'll get to powers and abilities too, but
yeah,
I'm just really intrigued because I know nothing about the origins of this character other than it's fucking cute. Jeff was among the land sharks created by MODOK, of course, following the fight against the Masters of Evil West Coast. I don't even know.
I like the idea that the Masters of Evil still respect East Coast, West Coast like rivalries. Do you think like they're like West Coast is best coast and that East Coast is Beast Coast, motherfucker?
But yeah, it just says Jeff was among a land shark created by MODOK, and then Jeff was adopted by Gwenpool during her time on the West Coast Avengers. Jeff later ended up with Elsa Bloodstone, who promised to always take care of him. However, Gwen transported Jeff to Gwenpool's island, where he stayed in her viewing box with her friends instead of being forced to fight. He then watched as Gwenpool fought and defeated the Hulk.
Well, that's the thing, like, Gwenpool has, like, medium awareness, so she's broken
No, you don't need to tell them, because if people vote on our Patreon to hear about Gwenpool, then they'll find out what the fuck Gwenpool can do. She's broken enough to beat the Hulk. But then going back to Jeff, it says that Gwen decided afterwards to leave Jeff with Deadpool, which seems like a questionable choice. Doesn't seem like a responsible parent, Mr. Deadpool. But she had doubts that she would have a solo series again, causing her to be worried about his future. So yeah, she has media awareness of some kind and like was worried that if she didn't get another comic, then Jeff wouldn't be in comics anymore, so she gifted him to Deadpool. Like, I love that
because
as a meta
Deadpool's
joke.
more popular.
Yeah, that's a really good joke.
Yeah, when you have like medium awareness, oh fuck, if I don't appear in a comic anymore, I'm not.
Then poor Jeff. Yeah,
it's not his fault that his comics don't sell because he's not in a comic. He's just Jeff.
And then Jeff served as Deadpool's royal pet while he was king of Staten Island. Of course. And I love this next bit, Carl.
Go for it.
Once at a pool party, Jeff accidentally scared everyone away while swimming with only his fin above the water. When he re-emerged, he realised what had happened, and to prevent it from happening again, Jeff got a dolphin costume to swim around in.
See, this is the kind of stuff I'm glad we're bringing into comics now. I hate grimdark, shitty stuff so much. That's why, like, whenever we say, oh, they got a Venom symbiote, I normally sigh. Cause it's okay, you try to be edgy because it was 90s. Well, giving it to Jeff feels like it was just funny.
Yeah.
And Jeff has, like, there's a sense of humour around his character.
Once again, at some point when he was in the Netherlands, he had fun running on the field of tulips, but unfortunately he once again scared the locals with only his fin visible above the flowers. Imagine looking at a field of flowers and being like, there's a fucking shark in there. Jeff once stole Captain America's shield, Kate Bishop's trick arrows, Miles Morales' mask, Doctor Strange Eye of Agamotto, Falcon's wings, and Black Widow's gauntlets. He later used the items to ambush the heroes when they went searching for their missing items. He also somehow came across the Infinity Gauntlet and ate it along with other items, which
I bet he did as well to get them. I bet it's like, yum, 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 yum.
Yum, yum.
Like, you know it was, right?
Yeah. And it says, like, this caused him to get a great stomach ache, forcing Kate to bring him to a doctor. Imagine being that vet. Like, I'm sorry, what happened? Oh, you ate the Infinity Gauntlet. Oh, you know that thing that Thanos annihilated half the universe with?
You'd be like, you were tickling his stomach and accidentally destroying half the fucking universe. right? What's his power set? What could if he beat like Captain America down a little bit?
I don't.
What's he doing?
What's going on? There's something about zombiotes, which is zombie symbiotes. But yeah, we're moving on to the powers and abilities here. Underwater breathing.
He was a shark. Yeah,
He's a shark. He did have optic blasts, but that's a former power. Where it says, after ingesting a mystical stone that Doctor Strange had in his possession, Jeff gained the power to project beams out of his eyes. He later lost that power because he just vomited the stone back up.
I can respect it.
Imagine Cyclops doing that. I lost my eye beam stone. And then the only other ability Jeff has got here, I don't know how to say that's super Piscaine intelligence. So instead of superhuman.
A Piscine.
It's what, sorry?
A Piscine. He's an aquatic creature.
Piscine, okay.
Yes. I know that word because from Monster Hunter.
But yeah, super Piscine intelligence. So just, the same as when someone's got superhuman intelligence, but Jeff's a land shark.
So he's smart for a shark.
He appears to be considerably smart, apparently. It says he chooses the role of being a house pet for convenience rather than the lack of capabilities to fend for himself. He also knows how to mix chemicals, accidentally replicating the effects of Pym particles.
Get wrecked, Hank Pym.
I mean, yeah. It does say accidentally, so he's not smart enough to know how to make Pym particles. He's just smart enough to
Smart enough to recognise them.
Chemicals go together to accidentally make them. But I like the idea that it's like, yeah, he's clever because he acts like a domesticated animal. And that's basically what his powers are, because underwater breathing can't count as a power when you're a fucking shark.
It's that thing as well for Jeff of, hey, he's smart enough to realise that I'm cute and I'm going to take advantage of that to not have to work.
Mm-hmm. He's still like a powerful land shark created by MODOK, right? Like, he could probably join an Avengers team or something, like, just be one of, like, the jobbers in the back. Or I could just live in Deadpool's fucking Staten Island castle or whatever he had.
And I say no one's attacking Deadpool. No one goes after Deadpool. Like, Joe, people pay Deadpool off if they know he's after him because they know he's cheaper. Because they don't want to fight him.
I mean, he's cheaper than paying your life, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's like Taskmaster paid him off once, like, fuck this.
Yeah, absolutely not. And just to end on here, Jeff owns plushies of both Lockjaw and Devil Dinosaur.
Hell yeah.
And I'm surprised he hasn't fucking ate them too. That is, though, one character I would love to see them somehow do. Devil Dinosaur, put them in Marvel Rivals.
Put a fucking dinosaur in it. I don't care. No, put that guy in who doesn't want to cure cancer. He wants to turn people into dinosaurs. Put the fucking jobbers in. I want to see Dr. Octopus. Like, there's so many characters they could do, and I can immediately think of a moveset for them. Like, Dr. Octopus would be fucking fantastic. Juggernaut.
I would love seeing Devil Dinosaur's gimmick of, like, he's got a massive health pool, but he's also just fucking massive.
Yeah. So you could just shoot at him. Or Ant-Man. Turn into Giant Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like super return a Giant Man for a minute, and it's like, no, like the giant character like Sparking Zero or something.
It'd be just like Scarlet Witches, where the moment you activate it, you get insta-killed by the entire team.
Because they don't want to mess with Giant Man.
Just, the amount of times I pop my super as a Scarlet Witch and I've not learned to be sneaky enough with it, and I'm just like, let's fucking go, and just killed second one.
Like Thanos would be a really good one, make him the gimmick of he's got to collect the 5 Infinity Stones, and when he does he can click and delete the entire enemy team. But make it 50-50 where he can delete the enemy team or himself.
Make it so that it just kills like 6 people in the battle, not specifically your enemies, just kill 6 people.
Yeah, which would be annoying as fuck.
Could team wipe either team.
Yeah, but it'd be really annoying, but I can see that working. But make it a gimmick of you have to collect all 5 Infinity Stones throughout the battle and make that really difficult.
There are lots and lots and lots of Marvel heroes for them to pull from, and hopefully that game continues to keep adding like just a crap ton at an insane rate, because they're just like, fuck it, we've got China money.
We've got China money and we've got all of Marvel history to pull from.
Yes, yeah. Just think about the amount of Marvel characters that we've covered, and we like barely scratched the surface, Carl.
That was so like we've got a fucking Hugh McGrath can go in.
I just named 4 different types of Gwen that we can cover.
Yeah.
That we haven't touched
We've already
yet.
said that we not. If we do like, say for example, Sam Wilson, it's not going to be a skin; it'll be an entirely new character with moveset.
I really like the idea of them doing the current like movie version where it is Captain America plus Falcon wings. like give Sam that moveset of like a flying Captain America.
There's so many characters to pull from, I won't be mad at anyone they pick. I'd say if they put Dr. Octopus in tomorrow, I'd be like, fucking sick, Dr. Octopus is great. But if they went and put some goober in I've never heard of, like, you know what? That's a cool new character I can now learn more about.
I really want them to put Ghost Spider in, but I am just scared because both Venom and Spider-Man are really out of my play style. So I really want to play Ghost Spider, but I know that they're not going to be a character I probably enjoy playing, which makes me upset.
Yeah. Put MODOK in. He'd be so easy to headshot, right?
Just imagine playing as like Namor, where you're relying on headshots and a MODOK comes around the corner. He's like, yes!
They'd give him the helmet from the movie, and it'd be like, as soon as you knock that off, he takes double headshot damage or something. Again, you can immediately think of gameplay loops for all of these characters. That's how strong the identity of the game is.
Yeah, I really want Professor X in there, but in the wheelchair.
I've said that, yeah. Put him in the wheelchair and make his super he stands up. That's his super. There's a Marvel game, I forget which one it was, like one of those like Marvel Dimensions games, where you go and like you have a mind battle inside Professor X's head, and he's like level 99 and has unlimited like stamina and magic. He's like, who the fuck's gonna beat him in his own mind? And he can stand up in his head. In his own head, he just stands up and just kicks your ass.
I like the idea that even in his own head, he's in the wheelchair still.
But that's what you should give him his power of. Like, he just sends you into the mind dimension, he stands up and it's just karate. He's like, oh no!
Put him in, but make him a DPS hero who does like the wheelchair combos from that fighting game that he was in.
I can see him being in the game in like the floating bubble car, like just make it like the bubble car from the show, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, and if anyone says, well then the optics of the Punisher shooting a guy in a wheelchair is really bad. It's like, well, the optics of the Punisher shooting a Holocaust survivor in Magneto are still... Or the land shark who's 4 years old.
Yeah,
or Squirrel Girl who's 15.
Literal baby shark.
That's a game where you can go up behind Squirrel Girl and shotgun her in the back of the head.
And she's like a kid in the comics at least anyway, right? She's like 16 or something.
Depending on which version you look at. Or Spider-Man's a teenager, right? Depending on which version of Spider-Man it is.
True.
So just put Professor X in a wheelchair. It's so fucking funny.
Depending on what Spider-Man that is, I could believe that Spider-Man's like a veteran or Spider-Man on his first day. Because some people really don't know how to play Spider-Man.
And I will say, if they do that, please put the Juggernaut in. Because I've said it before, but it's my joke, so I'm saying it again. It will never stop being funny to me that Professor X, as one of his arch enemies, is the Juggernaut. And that's basically a battle between a man who can't walk versus a man who can never stop walking.
His ultimate can just be running through Uncle Ben.
But think, if you got Professor X, you could do what the team-up abilities. One of the team-up abilities is pushing the wheelchair. That'd be great.
And on that note, thank you all for watching. Have a lovely day.
We'll see you all in Marvel Rivals.
Hell, goddamn yeah, we will.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Thank you to everyone that is still watching this video. We would like to end by just shouting out the people on the highest tier of our Patreon.
Yes, that level of support is very much appreciated, and as a result, we would like to specifically shout out the following people.
So shout out to Be of Awesome.
Say the line, Bart!
Be of Awesome.
And one, Dan Daly.
Well, pay the man.
Dan Daly.
We love you!
Shut up, baby, I know it.
And of course, Lam de Llama.
They'll cheer for anything. Watch.
And of course, Lam de Llama.
And we do apologise for any mistakes in pronunciation there. If we did make a mistake, please let us know on Patreon or over on our Discord, both of which you can find linked below.
Thanks again for your support, and I hope to see you all next time.
Cheers.